Good morning. Good morning. Well, another good day, huh? Another good day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank the Lord each day for your talents and gifts. Don't ever neglect to give Him praise and glory and honor. Now, of course, I realize everybody that's watching me is a Christian, but that's just what I do. And the Lord has sustained me these 70 years with good health and given me a talent to draw and create and work with people. And so I give Him honor and glory. And it is that honor and glory and praise that has strengthened me to be able to do the job I do as effectively as I do it. And so I share that with you because if you're a Christian, you know what I'm talking about. And maybe you do it anyway, but, I just want you to know that I have benefited from it. And God is no respecter of persons. For those of you who don't know the Lord, or maybe not, or curious, or maybe you're not interested, I talk about it because it's an important part of my life. And I use this as a platform to talk about what I do as an artist and how to do it. But I also will use it, and you can see I do it as a part of my ministry. So I don't mind talking about it. And if you don't know the Lord, get to know Him. He's done some amazingly wonderful things for everybody, whether you believe in Him or not. We have a world that we live in and problems that we have each and every day. And God's always been concerned about His people, about people. And so, that's what the Bible's for. There's a lot of reasons behind it. There's a lot of questions that people have, but there's answers to be received. And so I'm here to tell you that God does care about people a lot. He's blamed for stuff that He has nothing to do with. And if we took our time to get to know Him as well as we get to know anything else we want to know about, we find out that He is a good God and He does care about everybody. Well, anyway, sermon is over for the moment. We are moving into our scene here. And so this is a new scene that I have that I'm working on. And I believe we're got a few more in-betweens to make here. Let's see, 21, 23, that's 25. And then, of course, we're going to go into this last one, 29. We have an extra drawing to make here. So, yeah, I need to put this drawing on twos. And then, of course, we're going to go here, 23, 25, 29. We'll add a drawing after, and then we'll label this 29, or 27, I'm sorry, which would be a breakdown. So I think we could probably, let's see here, yeah, I think we should be able to duplicate Miguel here. Let's see, so if we copy, go back a frame, and paste, then we should be able to move Miguel to this halfway position here. Let's see if that works. So bing, bing, bing. Yeah, it does. Now I can have his eyes go into a halfway position here. Let's see here. Get the block in there. Yeah. So what I could do, see, is I could have his eyes just like they're sort of halfway opening here. Right? So that instead of just popping the eyes open, we have them in the open up. And then, same thing with Jason. I think he's pretty much, we could probably use this last drawing. So let's grab that. We'll copy, go back a drawing, and paste. Same thing, and move him so that he's in that, also in that halfway position. And then we can roll it and see, is it fitting? Let's see here. Looks like it, Looks like we've got a gap in here somewhere. Let's see. What's the story? So, oh, I see where the problem is. I was making a drawing there and I didn't finish it. Oh, and I can see too that it was, oh, I see. Okay, so, yeah, I was starting to do the in between, but I didn't finish it. So his eye, let's see here. Well, let's see. Turning things in perspective is always tricky business, but yeah, but that's what you got to do if you're going to get the effect you want. There we go. I think I was mentioning last week that I've been noticing that um, I guess there are programs out there that will allow you to design your character so that it could be given a kind of a 3D sort of um, quality to it. In other words, it could be made into something that could actually be turned in space in 3 dimensions. Excuse me. I think that's pretty cool because that would mean then that when you're doing in betweens, like where you're turning something slightly, that you'd be able to get it pretty accurate, you know, and you wouldn't have to draw it. You could build it. So that's the thing I've never really quite understood about what we do is that we have 3D animation. We've had these programs for such a long time now, and I've never understood why we don't when we're doing animation. Why do we don't use that in 2D animation to achieve this effect? Let's see how that works. Not too bad. Pops a little bit in there. Let's see. Looks like we've got. Hold up a second here. So as he's coming back, let's see here. Yeah, not crazy about that drawing. That's a little wonky right there. Oh, that's because I diminished the side of his face here. Let's fix that. He should have a little bit more cheek there. Yeah. And his hand probably should still be on here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why we don't have something that where we can build a 2D drawing in 3D space and then use it when we're doing our 2D animation. It's a little better. Says he's coming back. Yeah, yeah, I'm not real crazy about that chin. Okay, so I think what I can do here, erase this. And let's grab this mouth chin here. Copy. And then paste that. So, it's a little better. See, what I'm getting at is I think that the 3D application to making, um, giving something a feel of being accurate as it's turning in space, it's always a difficult thing to do when you're eyeballing it and drawing it. That's just hard. We do it. It's part part of the discipline of being an assistant animator. But that doesn't make it any easier. Just because it's part of the discipline, you still have to work hard a lot of times to achieve that effect. But there you go. 325. All right, let's see. Play that. Well, that's not too bad. It achieves the effect. Yeah. All right, we'll live with this. Could always be better. Okay, so I think the overall timing and everything seems to be pretty much where we want it to be. Play it without the onion skin. There we go. And I think that's going to be fine. Sounds like my daughter is up. Alright, so, okay. So now what we're going to do is start our color process on this and finish on it. So go up here to the top. We're going to add a layer, an empty layer, which we will set at 2 frames, and we're going to call this layer color. So I just call it color because I'm going to clean up each drawing and then have each drawing, I'm going to clean up each drawing and then color it. So now I'm going to add a drawing after for each frame, and each drawing that I add will be a 2-frame blank place for a drawing to be added, or shall I say cleaned up over each rough drawing. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm in the color layer and I'm adding on top a blank 2-frame space for the drawing. And the reason why I'm just going ahead and adding that is so that I don't have to do it each time I get ready to draw. Now I'm going to go to the layer 1 here, which is where our roughs are, and then I'm going to scale back the opacity, and we'll take it down to 20%. So what's happened now, you can see if I play this, it's that the opacity has been dropped to 20%. That's so that when I clean up on top, I can see the drawing that I'm working on top of. Alright, so now I go over here on top, and then I can start cleaning up. So what I want to do here is go to my brush and get a solid brush. And then I can start cleaning up. So now I'll go in and put my lines in. Now Miguel is all in black. I remember that, so I know that all of the lines for Miguel will be in black. The lines on the block are going to be a different color. But I know I can go ahead and, since I have my black pen here, I can go ahead and make the black lines because I know on his character that I can do that, because that works with his design. But I'm going to have to go backwards to previous scene to find out how am I painting and cleaning up Jason, what line color weights am I using on him, you know. And also too, I'll have to go back and look at what color are the blocks, you know. I believe, if I don't miss my guess, I think that Miguel's blocks are blue, I think. I think that's right. But I have to go find that. So, all right. So I'm starting to clean this up now. I think what I'm going to do is stop here because I do need to find my models to clean up Miguel properly. and the blocks and everything. So on tomorrow's video, I will pull up the model so that I'll see what the colors are, because I need the previous scene to look at and to see where everything fits. So we'll stop here. We're only at 15 minutes, but that's okay. I'll play the scene again so you can see how it's looking. All right, good people. You have a beautiful day. Once again, don't forget to thank God for your talents and gifts. I'll see you all tomorrow. And don't forget, as I always say at one point or another, Jesus is Lord.